So if you guys remember, or if you don't, basically I said I was gonna try to grow my arms to like some crazy, like big stuff. And last time I measured my arms, they were, I want to say 14 inches, 15 maybe, 16 max. And recently, I haven't really been keeping up with the measurements and stuff, right? But I checked recently, and let me just show you guys. Hold on. So here's the measuring tape, right? Like, I literally have stretch marks on my, you can't see it in this lighting, but so 17.5 inches. I've grown my arm to, I mean, it doesn't look like it right now, but it's like, once I get lean, the results will definitely show. Like, hold on. Let me just, so yeah.
In this video, I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible how to grow your arms at a faster rate than normal. In just 2 months of following this workout routine specifically and following all these tips that I'm about to give you, my arms shot up at least 1.5 inches. At the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you guys the workout routine so you guys can just screenshot and follow along, but you need to watch the video in order to know what you're actually doing. Tip number 1, and this is the most important tip. Arms are not an accessory. You can't treat them just like some throwaway and just expect them to grow. You need to prioritize them. You need to treat them as if you were trying to grow your chest. They need attention to grow, especially as natural lifters. You need to fully prioritize muscle groups that you want to grow. With that being said, this is tip number 2. Now, this is the most important thing that helped my arms grow, and that is tip number 2. Have an arm day or put arms ahead of your workout. Until just recently, I didn't have an arm day. Now I do. But what you can do instead, if you don't want to have a whole day dedicated to arms like I didn't back in the day, I'd suggest that you put it in front of your back days. You train arms first and then you go to back. Now, sure, the growth on your back will be limited, but you can do straps or you can just try your best. As a natural lifter, you need to make some sacrifices. And if you feel like your arms are lacking, then you can sacrifice your back. Tip number 3, you need to lift heavy. Lifting heavy is the thing that's going to help your arms grow. At least for me, I noticed the most amount of growth when I started lifting heavy. I used to be the guy that would go to the 30-pound dumbbells, sometimes the 35-pound dumbbells, and just lift that up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and get like, go to failure and then call it a day. No, you need to lift heavy. The buildup of lactic acid that happens when you do higher reps can actually hold you back because you won't be able to go to failure. You might think you went to failure just because it hurts a lot, but you didn't go to true failure. With heavier weights, you can go to true failure and you can know for a fact that you tried your hardest. Now, when I say lift heavy, I'm not talking about go ego lift, go lift more than you could handle. No, go as heavy as you can with proper form. But you can't do more than, I would honestly say you can't do more than 8 reps. 5 to 8 reps is the sweet spot for arms. Tip number 4 is to focus on progressive overload. Now, how do you do that when that comes to arms? Well, you need to make sure that every arm day, on every movement, you're going up in reps. Even if it's just by 1, as long as you've gone up by 1 rep, you'll know that you made growth. Now, when it comes to arms, I know this from experience, it becomes really hard to track because sometimes your mind just goes blank and you forget what number you're at. And especially when it comes to progressive overload, where you want to be a little bit more specific, you just lose it. What I did was I took my phone, I placed it on the floor, hit the record button, and just recorded the amount of reps I was doing. That way I'm not recording anybody, and I'm also not getting in anybody's way, but I can also see how many reps I'm doing, and I can see if I'm progressing or not. Now, this is just a little bonus tip, but you need to be bulking, okay? Without bulking, none of your muscles are going to grow. I thought that I could do the whole main gaining thing, and it just does not work. Do not fall into the trap of main gaining. You need to be eating in a surplus. You can't train like a horse and eat like a bird, okay? And also, just a little extra thing, just in case you didn't know this, have at least 2 arm days, all right? 2 arm days a week is the perfect sweet spot. Now, before I explain the whole workout routine that I'm about to show you guys next, just to explain what this is. This is just a lying down cable bicep curl. I'm only doing this because my lower back hurts, and also I go to the gym at very late hours, so there's practically nobody there. For anybody else who doesn't have like lower back problems, just do it standing up. Like there's no difference except for like added stability, which feels kind of good. So if you want the best results, in my opinion, follow the plan as is, meaning do all the workouts in order. First one is a dumbbell bicep curl. Pretty self-explanatory. You can do it alternating or you can do both hands at the same time. Next is barbell preacher curl. I suggest you use the easy bar because that feels more comfortable. And please do not ego lift on this. You might actually tear your biceps if you do. Use a moderate weight that's still decently heavy and enough to challenge yourself. Next is cable curls. Choose whatever one feels best for you. You can choose single arm cable curls. You can choose the one I do where I lie down. You can choose the long straight bar using both your hands curl. Anything that involves a cable. Dumbbell hammer curls, heavy, and that's it. If you guys want my tricep routine, just leave it in the comments below and I will know to make it for you guys. Peace out.